So prior to installing an oil catch can, some of the things you're going to need to remove are going to be the bolts, these 3 bolts here that hold on your intake pipe. These 2 bolts here, so you can remove it from your air box, your air filter box. You're going to want to remove your air filter box. There's a bolt down here, an Allen. There's the exact same one here. And then there's one down below here. Take those 3 out. Unplug your mass airflow, but make sure before you do this that you have your battery disconnected. You don't want to throw any codes. Take off your straps for your intake so you can remove that. You're going to remove your cover here as well. To give yourself better access, you can go ahead and take out this as well. Mine's already been loosened. I'm actually finished installing the project, but I forgot to film prior to starting what needed to be done. Some things you're going to need to do this project is going to be a metric socket set. You're going to need various sizes depending on your hose clamps, but pretty much they're going to be useful. Your battery is going to be I believe a 9mm to take those out. You're going to need a 8mm to take out these bolts here. You're going to need an Allen wrench. Let's see what size this one is. It appears to be, not sure if you guys can see that. Probably not. Not sure. Not sure what it says, but you're going to need that size. You're going to want some rags. If you plan on installing some of these single ear hose clamps to make it look a little more factory, you're going to need some of those. You're going to need some 18mm. You're going to need either 2 wrenches or a wrench and a socket to remove these here, so you can get the bolt out. You're going to need a 13mm to remove the bolts that go here, to take that off. And that should be pretty much all you need to do, and then you can locate the pipes that you're going to need to install this. But let me get some of this stuff out of the way, and I'll be back with you. So what we're looking for when we're going to be installing an oil catch can on the Volvo S60R is you want to find the hose that runs from the stock PVC catch box or can, and you're going to want to get in line of that where it connects to the intake. So the hose that you're going to be looking for is this hose here. So you're going to be following this metal hose, this metal line, and it runs back inside here and connects to the top of the factory PCV box there. Well, then this hose runs down here, and then it comes out right here, and it goes right into the top of the intake right before the turbo, but it also splits off and goes to a banjo bolt, which is right down there. There's a banjo bolt straight right there that's going to connect to. So the goal of installing this is you're going to have to figure out some way to remove this PCT element, I believe is what it's called, and you're going to have to make a fitting for the rubber hose. So I'll get that pulled out and I'll be right back with you. So after getting it out, I have noticed that there's a good bit of stuff down inside there. I'm not really sure, but it looks to me like oil maybe the oil getting in. Yeah, that's so the oil that's coming out of the crankcase is definitely getting inside of the intake. So this oil catch can is going to be exactly what was needed to help catch some of this, hopefully. That will help raise the octane of the fuel, as well as help the longevity of your engine. Okay, so here's what we've got going on. So I have this out. I've taken this out so I can get better access to what's going on. When looking down in here, what's needing to happen is I need to install this catch can with this being the inline on the catch can. This is the metal hose that connects to the Y right here. One side goes to the banjo bolt, the other side comes back and connects to the metal line that goes up to the stock PCV. I believe this is called your PTC or PCT element. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we need to connect the outside of the oil catch can to this. So I'm thinking of some type of rubber 90 that I could run off of this, and another rubber 90 for this hose, and then I could install the oil catch can. But just to show you why, another reason it's needed is you can see my hand's got a little bit of stuff on it, but nothing major. But if I reach down inside here and I just wipe the wall of the pipe, I'm getting a good bit of oil on it. So this should help prevent that from continuing. So I'm going to get that stuff installed, and I will be back with you. After looking and doing some research, I found that the hose size that I'm going to need is going to be right at a 1/2 inch. This nipple here is the exact same size as the hose that's coming out of the stock PCV, and it's the exact same size as the PTC element is what it's called. So just to show you again, we're going to zero it in. It shows 0.58, so roughly a 1/2 inch hose. I'd get some heavy duty fuel line hose, but I will grab all the parts necessary and I'll be right back with you. What I've done is I've installed a small section of fuel line with a double barbed straight connector into the TCP element, and then down on the line coming from the factory PCV box, I have installed a plastic elbow. The elbow is 2 pieces, threaded straight barbed and a threaded 90 that is hose clamped into the hose. You can see the white paper there. That's the tag left onto the barb. So I've pushed that down towards the back side, and I'm now going to connect my 2 hoses and run them towards my intake box, the inlet and exit. What we have done now is I have connected a section of fuel hose to the small adapter I made for the PCT element. I've also connected to a bit hard to see, to right there I've connected the hose from the factory PCV to the 90, and then the 90 to another section of hose. I've ran them both down here, So they both come through here, and they're both right here by the box. So now I'll connect both of these to a 90 and then run it to the catch can, which is going to be installed right in here. So the plate's going to be installed as well. This piece here will go here, and the two lines are going to come up right here. Alright guys, so I have everything pretty much done. Everything on the vehicle is put back in. I have my two hoses here and here, my in and out. I'm going to be installing my catch can. Let me flip the camera around, that way I can show you. So the catch can is going to be going right here. I went and purchased some more hose, so I'm going to be getting this installed. I got to figure out a way to mount this. I'm going to have to make some type of mount for it. But as soon as this is installed and tidied up, I'll be back. Okay, everything's been installed. I have my out and my in. This catch can specifically has an in and an out. I've got everything buttoned up. This specific catch can here has a little dipstick that you can take out and check. In this system here, I installed threaded plastic 90s, 2 pieces, for the specific purpose. This entire system can be easily removed without ever having to replace hose clamps or anything. I can unbolt this once I get it mounted, and I can unscrew these, and I'm done. I don't have to worry about it. It makes for an easy installation of a new one. Yes, if I decide to change anything, I will have to, of course, replace it, but you know, you can unthread this here and unthread this here, and you can replace the catch can or whatever you need. In the description below, I'm going to list everything that I used. I don't know that the specific item will be available where you're at, as I live in Wisconsin, but I'm sure you can find something similar. These here are fuel oil resistant plastic half-inch 90s that I picked up, as well as this is fuel line PCV and EEC half-inch that I picked up from O'Reilly's. Nobody that I've mentioned in this video or that is in the description has sponsored this. This is just an informational video in case you want to install an oil catch can yourself. Alrighty, thanks for watching.